So it's been a while. It is currently Wednesday the 17th. Over the course of the last few days, I have made a couple of decisions. The main one is that I am going to find another job. My current job has come to a point where I cannot continue with it. I just cannot continue working in a job that I fundamentally disagree with. I made my decision on Monday night, applied for a job yesterday morning. I've applied for another couple today. And it's amazing just how, having made that decision, even though I haven't handed in my notice yet, obviously I can't do that really until I've actually been offered a new job, but just making that decision has made me feel so much better about everything in my life. I'm currently at 37,000 words in my manuscript. Just a notification has just come through that I've been offered an interview. Anyway, okay, I'm anxious now. That was anxiety. Just flooded my system. So it's Friday morning. I don't know whether this is going to see the light of day or not. It is the morning of my interview. I haven't been vlogging because of this, partly because I just need to figure out what I'm doing, and hopefully just a different job will do that. So I'm incredibly nervous. I am anxious to the point of I don't feel very well, but I know that I have to just cope with it and keep putting one foot in front of the other and get through it, and it will pass. And by the time I get there and by the time I get into the interview, I will feel fine. It's the lead up, it's the anticipation. I've got about half an hour or so until I need to leave. There are no words to describe how much I want to get this job. And I think that's where a lot of the anxiety is coming from, because it's like, I'm just so terrified I'm going to mess it up. I was so happy when I got the notification that I've got the interview, which hopefully you've seen the clip. I'm hoping that they get back to me quite quickly, because it's Friday. The problem is it's Friday, and the problem is it's bank holiday on Monday. So I don't know whether it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday by the time I hear anything. And I'm like, I get that these things take time, but also I hate living in limbo. I'd sooner just know, like, if I'm not going to get the job, I'd sooner just know this evening, and then I can think, what else? Okay, what am I going to do now then? What else can I apply for? And get the feedback as to why I didn't get the job. You know, what did I do wrong? What was it that held me back? And improve and do better next time. But I'm just praying I do. Fingers crossed. I'm praying to every goddess that is out there that I get to edit this video and put it up, and yeah, and I get a new start, because that's what I need. It's a fresh start, a new start. It's time. It is beyond time for a fresh start. I got the job. I've got the job. So I've just had a phone call, and even though part of me was like, I feel like the interview went really well, I was like, obviously, I didn't know. So I left on Friday. I left the interview feeling like, yeah, actually, it was really well. And, you know, they said I'd done well and all the rest of it. But I was like, I don't know. I mean, you don't know, do you? You don't know who else they're going to hire. You don't know who else is interviewing. But yeah, just had a phone call and I've got the job. So looks like I'm going to be starting in July. I need to think about handing my notice in. I'm like, got the phone call and my anxiety went through the roof. I can't believe it. I know that I'm going to be working my current job until the end of June. I do have a week off at the end of June, so that works really well, because I have a week off. The last week of June is off, so I can hand my notice in so that week is my last week, so I don't actually have to work the last week of my notice because I'm on holiday, and then I'll start my new job on the Monday. I can't believe I've got the job. I can't believe it. It feels like all of the stress was worth it. So it's currently Tuesday afternoon. I haven't done an update since last week when I got the job, I think. So it's a week ago since I found out that I got the job. This week has felt like it's gone so slowly. It feels like 3 weeks since last Tuesday, not 1 week, which is interesting. Normally, you know, I'm racing to keep up with time, but This week has gone so slowly. I handed my notice in on Friday at my current job. I've sent off information about references Sunday night, so I haven't heard anything else back yet about that. And I've slowly just been telling a few people that I'm leaving, and it's really weird. I've had moments, small moments, where I've thought, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this really what I should be doing? Is this really a good idea? But for the most part, I'm fairly sure it is. I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm trying not to worry too much, and I'm just trying to believe in what's meant to be, and I believe this is meant to be. I think it's the right thing at the right time, and I will update you whenever something else of note happens. Today is my last shift at my current job. I feel anxious, oddly enough. I feel anxious. I feel like I spent the last 3 weeks not feeling like this day would ever come. Like, it felt like such a long time away. It feels like this last week has gone really quickly, but I'm not sad about it. Like, there have been moments. I've had some good shifts over the last couple of 3 weeks. I've had some good days. I've had some days where I felt like, why am I doing this? You know, I could do this for a bit longer. I could stick this out for a bit longer. It's fine. And then something happens and I'm like, this is why I'm leaving. I will finish at 7 o'clock tonight, and I feel like there will be such relief. I will feel such relief. I'm already starting to feel relief. Part of me, like, I can't quite accept that it's real. A part of me is like, this isn't actually happening. This isn't real. I don't quite believe it. My brain hasn't quite accepted it as reality. I suppose the reality will sink in when I don't go back to work next week, or the week after, because next week I'm technically on holiday. I'm just done. I am just very done with this job. I am done with this type of work. And I'm going to survive all 7 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to take the lessons I've learned from all this. So, main lessons: don't be in debt, have savings, be able to walk away. Because if I'd have been able to walk away from this job a lot sooner than I did, I wouldn't have gotten to the point I've gotten with it. Having a few months worth of expenses saved up is a good idea. And I'm gonna go get ready for work and go and get my last shift over and done with. So, as you have seen from that little vlog intro, I've quit my job and I've got a new job. It's quite exciting. I filmed those sort of clips over the last 4 weeks. I'm officially starting my job on Monday, and it's been a roller coaster. I'm starting a new job. Welcome back to my channel. I'm VA Winter. I'm an indie author, so I dropped off the planet for a while there again. I didn't mean to. It was unintended. If anybody watched my last few vlogs, you can tell and you can see that I was struggling, and I was struggling to figure out why I was struggling so much. So I came off YouTube, partly in an attempt to figure out if that was the problem. And for a while I thought maybe I just don't enjoy YouTube anymore. And I've always said, like, I don't earn any money from this. I'm not doing this for any other reason than the fact I like doing it. And I've always said, if I ever get to the point where I don't want to do it anymore, I'll just stop doing it. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was my job. So I was working in retail. I was working in a fast fashion store. There were elements of the job I enjoyed. There were good days, definitely. It wasn't all bad. But I got to the point where I was starting to feel really depressed and feeling like I don't want to live like this anymore. Between the working conditions and the low pay, I just got to a point where I don't want to do this anymore. So I quit my job. So I have a new job. I'm going to be working full time. I'm going to be working for a non-profit. I'm not going to talk too much about what it is. I am going to be, once I'm trained and, gone through the induction process and all the rest of it, I'm going to be helping people on a daily basis. I'm hoping that I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm kind of putting an end to Project Freedom, because that was always about quitting that job, and I've done that. I am obviously coming back to YouTube. I'm currently planning on mostly sticking to vlogs over the next few months. So I have just finished the second draft of Firewitch that is still going to be published this year. I will be starting the third draft this weekend. Well, I'm going to read through it and make notes and figure out what I need to change. So I'm going to be documenting the third draft. I didn't document the second draft the way I wanted to, which is always going to annoy me, but I'm going to document the third draft, and hopefully that should be done in August. And then I am going to be looking for beta readers, and then I can do another draft, and hopefully that'll be the final edits, and hopefully it will be out before Christmas. That's the plan. I'm also working on, and I shouldn't be, I should be focusing on my main series, on the one series, on the Witch series and the Witch Cycle, which is kind of the overall series title, and that's it. That's what I should be focusing on. But instead, I'm also going to write a series of novellas, which is really exciting because it's a brand new idea, but they're novellas, so they're only going to be 25,000-30,000 words, so that's a lot easier to write and edit and get out into the world. So those are my sort of projects for Q3 as far as writing goes, and also vlogging. I'm going to be vlogging all of that, vlogging starting this new job, seeing how it all goes basically. It feels a lot more positive than it did a few weeks ago. A new adventure, it's a new chapter, it's a whole new chapter. It feels like I'm taking a step up, which is nice. We'll see how it goes. There'll be a lot of imposter syndrome. There's already some imposter syndrome going on, but it'll be fine. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Hit like if you like, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next week with the first of my vlogs from this new chapter.